Each of us spends about 6 years of our life in dreams. Dreams are adventures that remain locked behind our moving eyelids and usually vanish with the new day. The discovery of the link between REM sleep and dreaming gave us a new understanding. Now, instead of relying on a dreamer's hazy recall hours after or days after waking, researchers can awaken people during or within 3 minutes after a REM sleep period. And if they do that, if they wake them shortly after the REM sleep period, they hear a vivid account of their dreams. So, during this little lesson, this is the question that I hope to answer. This is what we are going to learn today. What do we dream about, and what are the 5 theories of why we dream? So what are dreams? Dreams are basically the sleeping mind's hallucinations. They are vivid, emotional, and often bizarre. They're a sequence of images, emotions, and thoughts passing through a sleeping person's mind. So in 1900, Sigmund Freud, he's known as the father of psychology, shared his ideas and research in his book, The Interpretation of Dreams. He proposed that dreams act as a safety valve, discharging or venting feelings that cannot be expressed in public. So basically wish fulfillment. Things that we can't express in public because it's inappropriate, we are able to vent in our dreams. He called the dreamer's remembered storyline its manifest content. It's the part of our dream that we can remember. To Freud, this apparent content was a censored, symbolic version of the dream's underlying or real meaning, or latent content. So the latent content is the unconscious drives and wishes that would be threatening to us if we express them directly. Most dreams have no openly sexual imagery, but Freud believed that most adult dreams could be traced back to analysis to erotic wishes or sexual desires. Now, many psychologists do not agree with Freud's theory completely, but we get a lot from his theory. Now remember, the manifest content is the storyline that is remembered in a dream, and the latent content is that underlying meaning of the dream that is not so clear, according to Freud. Okay, so unlike daydreams, the dreams of REM sleep are so vivid, so we may confuse them with reality. Usually dreams contain everyday occurrences such as interactions with family, friends, and school teachers, or whatever you're being involved in, work or whatever. They can also contain ideas about fears and inadequacies. So let's go over the typical content of our dreams. Okay, so the typical content of our dreams are they usually contain imagined conquest. They usually take outdoors more than indoors. They may be reoccurrent. There are some people that experience the same dream or certain parts of their dream frequently, maybe every month or so. They usually involve running or jumping. And they usually involve strong emotions. And last of all, they contain visual, auditory, and may even sometimes contain taste sensations. And about 50% of our dreams are in color. So what do we dream? What are we dreaming about? Even though we don't remember all of our dreams, these are the things that researchers have found of when they've woken people up consistently during or shortly after REM sleep so they can remember their dreams. Negative emotions. About 8 of 10 dreams have a negative emotional content. Failure dreams. People commonly dream about failure, being attacked or pursued or rejected, struck with misfortune. That's typical for many dreams. Now, sexual dreams. Contrary to our thinking, sex dreams are really sparse. Sexual dreams in men are about 1 in 10 and women only 1 in 30. Dreams of gender. Women dream of men and women equally, but men dream more about women. So why do we dream? One of the reasons is to satisfy our own wishes. Dreams provide a safety valve, like Freud suggested, to express otherwise unacceptable feelings or to play out fantasies. So our desires, things that we would love to have, even if they're not things that aren't appropriate, may be played out in our dreams. Also, we dream to file away memories. The information processing perspective proposes that dreams may help sift or sort and fix the day's events into our memory. We have all this information coming into our senses and into our mind during the day. And in the evening, this processing perspective proposes that we sort of sift through and sort through these things. And there's some studies that support this view. When tested the day after learning a task, those who had slept undisturbed did better than those who had been deprived of the slow wave and REM sleep, which is when we have those dreams. So file away memories. Another reason why we dream is to develop and preserve neural pathways. Dreams, or the brain activity linked to REM sleep, may give the sleeping brain a workout that helps it develop, kind of like lifting weights for our brain. And we get to sleep right through it. Also, to make sense of neural static. Other theories propose that dreams are born when random neural activity spreads upward from the brain stem. Our ever-alert brain attempts to make sense of the activity, pasting the random bits of information into meaningful images, kind of like a child making a collage from the clippings of a magazine, trying to make sense of all of this sensory and all of this neural information that we've received during the day and putting it together with all of our prior information and experience. And last of all, to reflect cognitive development. Some dream researchers see dreams as a reflection of our brain maturation and cognitive development. Dreams at all ages tend to feature a kind of thinking and talking we demonstrate when we're awake. So we're basically dreaming about what we do and what stage we're in. They seem to draw on our current knowledge and the concepts which we understand. So an adult dream will not be like a child's dream because it doesn't reflect their thinking.